Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Loving Your Life with Mama D, and I'm Glenda, aka Mama D. So, if you are new to my channel, I invite you to go ahead and hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll get all of my upcoming videos, okay? Well, today I've decided it's so close to Thanksgiving and everybody's mind is starting to think about what they're going to do for Thanksgiving. Just never know what's going to happen these days. So if you don't already have your shopping done, if you haven't already started to collect some of your canned goods and some of your non-perishable things like your macaroni, your butter, make sure you have plenty of sugar and flour and all your different spices. Get your aluminum foil. Everything that you think you need, that you have space to put away in your house, it's best to go ahead and get it while you see it, okay? Because you just don't know if it's going to be there later on. And if you can find some cranberry sauce, go ahead and grab that too, okay? All right, well, let's get to what we're going to cook today. Today, I'm going to show you how we do our Thanksgiving turkey. Now, sometimes I do turkey rolls. I might go ahead and do that at another time. But today, we like turkey legs and thighs and the wing. So I went to the market. We have a Findlay market here. It's what it's called, Findlay Market. And everybody, if you're from the Cincinnati or the Southern Ohio area, you probably know about the famous Findlay Market. But I went there today and I was able to get fresh turkey. That's right. Okay, so this is how it comes packaged. They're butchers. They, it's pre-cut, but they pull it from the case and they wrap it up, measure it, weigh it, and they wrap it up for you nice and tight. It's usually wrapped pretty good that you can just get it right into the freezer. But today, actually, I probably can put some of this up for Thanksgiving and I actually cook all of this today because this is a lot of meat. I actually have one giant turkey leg, 2 giant turkey legs, 3, and I had to get that wing for me. I love the wing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I got to get all of this washed because, dealing with raw turkey, fresh turkey, you really have to keep your hands clean and your surface clean. So I'm going to get this over to the sink in some water, some cold water, and I'm going to add some vinegar and just wash it down really, really good so I can get it seasoned and into my roasting pan. Okay, so I have my turkey in the water. It's washing real good, but this one little feather right here, oh, this little thing, he does not want to come out. He's all the way back up in here. So I got to get some pliers or something to get him out of there. He's a big one. But everything else is looking pretty good. So we'll be ready to get them into the roaster and get them all seasoned. It's something about when you wash with vinegar, all that slippery, funny feeling comes off. All right. Okay, now I'm going to use a little Dawn just to clean my surface because I had all that raw turkey out here. So let's get that really cleaned up really good. And then I'm going to spray it with, I got some Microban 24-hour disinfectant spray. And I'm going to clean it with that as well and wipe it down. This paper towel. Okay. All right, now this is just water. We're just going to wipe that down with this clean and get all the chemicals and everything off. I'm going to wipe this down again and get it dry. you have to be careful with turkey. I'm just showing you it's imperative that you keep your hands clean. And really, I don't like working with this long sleeve shirt. I think I'm trying to roll it up here because this is a, I don't know. I just think sometimes your clothes touch your food and all that. So, okay, so let's get to our next step. Okay, we're going to be using my mom's Magnolite roaster. Hers, this is like a cast iron. I have two other roasters of my own. One is a Towncraft, and it's really wonderful. It's much longer, a little flatter, but because I have so much turkey, I want to go ahead and put it in this, and I'm going to put it in the oven. Probably bake it at like about 375, about 375. Not sure how long it's going to take because it's going to be quite a bit of turkey in here, but I want to show you my ingredients and how simple this is to make a nice seasoned turkey without a lot of hassle. Okay, now that my turkey is clean, I'm going to be using 3 stalks of celery, and I'm also going to use the leaves. I like to use leaves too. I'm going to use a whole onion. I'm going to probably use maybe 2 pieces of cloves of garlic. And my carrots, I have to take that outer layer off. To me, that's just dirt, and I have a problem with that. So I always clean my carrots off. So these are, and then I'm going to use, let's see, celery, onion, yeah, that's it. And then we're going to get to our spices. Okay, now my spices are going to be this Weber's dry rub. We're going to use black pepper. I'm going to use some sage, some Old Bay, and my salt-free vegetable seasoning. And I'm also going to use some organic rosemary. Okay? All right, so let's get these carrots cut. I just usually put them in pretty long slices. You can't see, can you? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut those up. It's a nice little long pieces. Just like that. Cut that one in half. And cut that one again. Oops. Okay, and then the last one. Oh, no, we don't want to cut. It's getting started here. There we go. All right, so there's my carrots. Celery. I'm going to cut about 3-inch pieces. And I'm going to take that little top. I like that top just like that. I believe a lot of seasoning is in those leaves. Okay, and there's my celery. Okay. And I'm going to put these over in here for just a minute. And now let's get this onion together. Okay. That skin comes off a lot better when you cut it. See that? I'll take that piece off too. Okay. Now let's kind of get that chopped. Probably one more. Same with this. Okay. All right, now, okay, I'm gonna put a good amount of this rub on here. That's that Weber rub. Now I'm gonna come back with some sage. Just sprinkle some in. If I was to say, that would probably be about a tablespoon or so. And then when I get this all rubbed into the meat real good. It looks like a whole lot more seasoned than what it is, but you see I got that big old thing out of there. It was huge. You want to work that into your meat. Give it a good massage. Okay. Now I'm going to put the Old Bay on next. This has some kick to it, so kind of have to be careful, especially if you're going to be feeding your kids. That Old Bay. And let's get the pepper on here now. I don't want to start myself sneezing, but get a little pepper in there. Let's rub that one in. Lord, don't let me start sneezing. Okay. Now that seems pretty good. I keep rinsing my hands because I don't like touching my containers, making them all sticky and everything. All right, now this is my salt-free season, and I'm gonna not be stingy with it. I decided to use all the 3 legs. I'm gonna go ahead and cook it all up. Okay, so now we have a roasting pan. I threw those vegetables on down in there. Now let's see, I'm gonna get that biggest leg in there first. Let's get him in there. Let's get him in. Kind of arrange them so they're all sitting down in there real good. See that? Okay, then I'll get this big mama. I'll put her right there in the middle. And I'll pour those juices in there. That's just a waste in that spice. Okay. Now, I still got to work with my garlic. And I think I'll use, let's see. Well, here's, this one's good. This is probably enough. Let's just go with this. It'll be knifed out. No way of crushing garlic. I usually use a knife a little bigger than this, but get that bad boy under there and just pop it like that. And it pops that skin right off of there. See that? And the clove of garlic comes right out of there. And then I get it into my clove crusher and smash it, and it comes out just like that. So I'm just going to kind of get it around in there. No special place as long as it's in there. Okay. Then when it's done, it's just a little, the skin that's left over like that. And I just pitch it. And that's all done. Okay, now I'm going to take this rosemary. And I'm just going to get a spree of it. I might use two. Just kind of sit it down in there. Get that one. See? Put it over here. Now, let me move this out of the way. Okay, now I want you to see. Let's get a little closer. That's how it looks in there. Okay? See, it's all, and I think I'll pull a couple carrots and onions, get a few more up to the top. It's also work kind of down at the bottom. You can kind of arrange it how you want. Because this is going to make a lot of juice. And it's going to be smelling real good. Okay? All right, let's get this to the oven. Again, I have the oven on, I think I'll put it on like 375. And cook it till I feel that it's done, about an hour. We'll start with about an hour and a half. Turkey's in the oven, and I wanted to give you a couple of tips. This is something I thought about when I was in the store today. You know how when you're at the store and you're getting your fresh vegetables and you pull those bags off that roll, you know, you pull it down and it's all stuck together. I thought I brought an extra one home today, but I couldn't find it. And then you're trying to work that thing to get it open. Okay, don't you dare lick your fingers. Don't you lick your fingers and to open up that bag. This is what you do. You just look around and find some fresh, wet vegetable over there, like with the greens and stuff like this, and you just touch it, wet your hands, and just, honey, that bag, it comes right open without you licking your fingers. So just find something moist. And see, I always have those little sprinklers coming down over the greens and celery and carrots and stuff. Just go over there, get you some moisture on your finger, and them bags will open right up. And no longer will you have to stand there going. Don't do that no more. Just moisturize your fingers on something around here and open up that bag. The other thing is, when is the last time you checked the temperature of your oven? You might want to invest in a little oven thermometer. I got this one about a week or so ago because making cakes, you want to be sure that if you're setting your oven to 325, that it's really 325. Now, I found out my oven is about 20 degrees off. Yeah, it was like 20 degrees off. And so if I had set my oven at 325, it was actually 345. My bad boy is hot. So I have to be careful. And now that I'm using this, I go by this. Because something told me that my oven was off, and it is. Now, one day I'm going to be blessed and I'm going to get me a new oven. Yes, I am. But in the meanwhile, I got to do this. So invest in your oven thermometer because it may make the difference in the outcome of your cakes and breads and anything, because you need to cook it at the right temperature. Okay? All right. So what am I going to do next? How about I get out my crock pot and make some sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes in a crock. Yeah. This is my original crock pot. So many people are using Instapots now, but I got this really nice sweet potato recipe that it goes, honey, wonderful for Thanksgiving, for the Thanksgiving holidays, and I want to share it with you. So we're going to be making it in this crock. See that? And it's really not going to take that long, but I think you're going to like the ingredients. So let's get to it. Okay, so here's what we're going to need. Some fresh sweet potatoes. These have already been washed and peeled, and I'm ready to cut them up into some relatively thick slices. We're going to use some, we got cinnamon, nutmeg. Now, I know everybody doesn't like nutmeg. Anya, we're going to use nutmeg, honey. That's my daughter. I love she don't like nutmeg. Okay, we're going to use some lemon. We're going to use some pure almond. We're going to use some sugar. We're going to use some vanilla. We're going to use some ginger powder. We're going to use some, I'm going to use vegan butter. You can use any kind of butter you want. And I'm going to use 2 small apples or medium-sized apples, whatever you want to call them. I think this will be enough. Okay, so I'm going to cut, let's see, about this. See that? Yeah. And we're just going to lay these in here as we get them cut. You want to get them in uniform. Can you see what I'm doing? There we go. Let's put this back a little. I'm loving my little table, by the way. Let's see. Okay. Let's get these ingredients out of the way. Okay, here we go now. And if you don't get them perfect, it's okay. Just, you know, come to a decent size. Something that you would like to bite into when you're eating your sweet potatoes. You know how you like them. If you get them too thin, then, I don't know, they even taste different if you make them too thin. Some people like to cut them thin, but I like to put a little, you know, little space in between those slices. Okay? And because we're getting close to Thanksgiving, it's nothing better than smelling those sweet potatoes. You know that sweet potatoes has got to be part of it. I don't care if it's a sweet potato pie, something. You gotta have some sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving. Yes, you do. Okay, just 3 good sized potatoes. This should be good. Okay, now y'all want to get crazy. Or either it's my arm getting tired. Here we go. Let's get one more out of this one. Ooh. Wash that one off. Touch the food. Okay, so now, so the sweet potatoes are in the pan. And this, by the way, can go into the oven. At least my kind you can. So check your box and make sure. Now these apples have been washed. I'm not gonna take the skin off. I'm gonna leave the skin on it. I don't know. You could, if you want to, you could, but I'm just gonna, and then I'm gonna just kind of put some of the apples like in between the slices. And if you leave the skin on, if somebody, I won't use that end piece. If somebody sees it and say, oh, that's an apple. Yeah, it's an apple. I won't waste any of this. I'm going to use this side too. And we'll cut these into little squares and just throw those in there. Oh, honey. Yes, it gives it a little extra. Have fun with your food. You don't have to make the same old like everybody else. Cook the way you cook. You know? And I love coming up with new ideas in the kitchen. That's all part of, well, somebody had to come up with the recipe. So you may as well come up with a recipe. You know, do your own recipe. Yeah. Let's get this out of there. You don't want the seeds. This way. That's a little thick. Cut that down some. Alright. And again, we don't want to use this big fat end. I'm gonna have to eat. We'll eat those. And let's get one more off of this. Maybe 2 more. Okay. Alright. So let's get that out of the way. Okay, Okay, so now the apples are in here. I just kind of arranged them just so. No particular order, just get them all. Just get them mixed in, okay? And then, yeah, I got my, did I get my vanilla? Yeah, this is a vanilla, okay? Now we're just gonna just shake a little vanilla. Shake it, just shake a little bit on there. And then I'm gonna come back because I want a little lemon oomph. Yeah, just a little lemon. Some pure lemon flavor. Just hit it with that. This is new. I think I had one that was open, but okay, there's your lemon. Let's get a little, here go my sleeves again. What did I tell you about those sleeves? Okay. Just a little ginger powder. Let's come on now with the cinnamon because I see it. Yes, cinnamon. Okay, so we got all this. Okay, now this is a little nutmeg. That's okay if you don't want to use nutmeg. Don't add it. We're just gonna put a little bit. Okay, and then we have some almond. Now I know I have some almond open. Here we go. I have some almond already. Just throw a little drop or two of almond. Now look at all those flavors we got going here. We got lemon, almond, apple, ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg. Girl. And then this is a little brown sugar. This is light brown sugar. Throw that all on the top. Okay. And then we're going to use, got to do the butter, but, and then I'm missing my other sugar. Here's my other pure cane sugar. Yeah, I know I don't use that white refined sugar. It's bad enough we're using sugar at all. But, yeah. I'm not measuring, just sprinkling some more. Sweet potatoes is just you do it. Just do your thing. That was probably about a half a cup or so. Okay, let's put my sugar to the side there. Now let's get this butter on here. Because this butter is what's gonna make it nice and juicy with these apples. So we're just gonna cut up a whole stick. Yep, whole stick. Let's put it in various places. Well, you know, I may not need the whole stick. This is a smaller. Yeah, let's see. Here, let's make it buttery. I want it to be buttery. Get some a little bit more in the middle. I got two more. Let's get some over on this side and in there. Okay, now that's all used. Okay, let's wipe my hands off. Okay, so I think I have everything. The only other thing I want to do, oh man, I almost forgot my one special ingredient. Here's my little special something. Hold on, let me get my special ingredient. Honey, it was sitting right behind me the whole time. And I'm trying to find it. So, it's an orange. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just zest some orange on here. Oh, honey. It smells so good. Get that sleeve up. And you don't have to use the whole orange. You just give it a little extra kick. And those little orange pieces in there. Oh my God, it just does something special. My kids will tell you, honey, when growing up, I used to make my sweet potatoes would be like a dessert every time. Sometimes I would do apples, peaches, pineapple, you name it. Whatever kind of fruit, we would just add a little something in it. but today we're going to use the zest orange. Okay, and I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of salt, just I'm going to show y'all, look, just a little pinch of salt, that's it, shut it and push it away, a little salt. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get the top on this, and we're going to slow cook it down, honey. Yes, ma'am. We're going to slow cook it down. Put it on high. Close it up. And we're going to set this bad boy to high, and probably about an hour or so we'll come back and check on it, okay? Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do, I had to pull out Big Bertha, because I'm definitely not going to be chopping on my new island. So we're going to be making some cabbage. Now, I know a lot of people pretty much do their greens, but I just think we should throw some cabbage in there every now and then. Some people mix cabbage with their collard greens, but I like to make my cabbage mostly with carrots, but I think I'm out of carrots. I'll check and see if I have a few carrots left. But when I was on the market, I came across some bacon. Now, y'all know with the vegan thing, my yams was vegan, but this is not going to be vegan. So y'all know I cook both ways, okay? Or let's say plant-based. So I'm going to do this. Now, if you wanted to make it vegan or plant-based, just do your cabbage, your vegan butter, and maybe your carrots and be done. Some onions or whatever. But I got this. I saw that bacon and I could not resist doing that bacon. I know my husband is going to love that bacon. The girls are going to love it too. So I'm going to kind of fry up that bacon, and I'm going to cook this with that bacon fat. And now for those of you who need to be watching your fat intake and all that, it might not be the recipe for you, but you can always alter it, okay? And make it guilt-free. I'm going to eat some. I know I'm going to eat a little bit. I'm going to eat a little bit. Don't have to eat a whole lot, but I'm going to eat some. But that's what we're going to do next, okay? Okay, so I just washed the cabbage, and we're going to get it cut. We avoid this stem here, and I just kind of cut around that. I just go around each side, cut that down, and then I take some off the top here. Just not to that bitter part. You see that middle? I think beyond that little place right there, then it becomes bitter in there, so we don't want that part. Okay? And so, some people cut their cabbage like in fine squares, some like it big, some like it in wedges. But mine, I just like to get it to about inch size squares. Okay. And I love this. I love this Big Bertha cutting board because I can get a lot done on her. Okay. Let's get this one done. It looks like a lot, doesn't it? Well, it's going to cook down to almost nothing. That's what cabbage does. It's got a lot of water in it. It makes its own juice. And when you cook it, it cooks down to half of probably what you got here. So don't worry. Okay. So here's all my cabbage. Here's the bacon I got from the market. It looks so nicely. It's that real nice thick kind. And I'm I'm going to get this skillet on. Let's see. Probably going to turn it on max. I guess on this one. And you see that, honey, for a bacon lover? You know, when I saw this, I could not. I said, nah, I got to make something with this. You see that? Now somebody was saying, oh, pig. That's what all the vegans are saying. Oh, pig. But that's going to make some good cabbage. Okay? So, when that skillet comes up to temperature, wipe that out a little bit there. Then we're going to start the bacon and get the, let me get my other ingredients out. Okay, so we're going to use my famous salt-free seasoning, some black pepper. This is like some chicken bouillon flavoring. And I'm going to use, this is called a hickory bacon flavor, some minced garlic, and some broth. And I got the nerve to be putting my vegan broth in it, but I just love cooking with this, okay? You can use whatever broth you want. Okay, so that bacon should be ready to go in the skillet. And I'll try to use both of them. Give it a little hotter. There we go. I hear it sizzling now. Ooh, honey, it smells so good. I got that one hickory, I think that's what it was, too. I think it was hickory bacon, hickory smoked bacon. Apple, that's what it was, applewood hickory smoked. I just cut some up, y'all, just to add some little pieces. I took one more, and we're just gonna add some little pieces in here. I think that is, oh, I wish I could smell that. I know y'all can smell it. I know you can smell it right through that TV. Get this brown good. See it's starting to brown? Yes, ma'am. Get some little pieces going. I could turn this down a little bit now. They're gonna be thinking it's breakfast down here. Okay, so the bacon, as you can see, I'm gonna take one out. Y'all know what's gonna happen to that. Drain it on here. And then the other ones, you see the little pieces, they are really. Okay. So now it's time to get the cabbage in. All pre-seasoned. You know, I don't get shy with this right here. With my pepper. garlic. And my hickory bacon flavor, as if I don't have enough already. And this is my chicken bouillon. I'm not going to put in the, I'm not going to put the vegan one in because I'm using this one. Okay. Alright. Let that settle, and all we need to do is put the top on it and let it sweat and make its own juices. Okay, and it's ready, and I told you it was going to cook down to nothing. All that cabbage cooked down to this. Okay, so she's out of the oven. I took the lid off and kind of browned it a little bit. And it's ready to eat. It took about 2 hours. Yep, it's ready. Ooh, I wish I could smell that. Ooh-wee. Okay, so here are the yams. I just turned them off. They need to sit a little while to get that, to kind of thicken up a little bit. But this is how they turned out. Look at the apples. You can see all the spices, cinnamon, my nutmeg, all that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and try some. These yams are about to get ate. I just got to try a little bit with some apple. Let me bring the camera down so you can see. I need to come back this way. Give me a little piece of that apple. Let me try. See, it's starting to thicken up now. As the longer I let it sit, they're going to thicken up. But I can't wait. I'm just going to try a few. Those apples, it just gives it just a right amount of sweetness. Oh yeah. See how good and tender, you know, cook them in that slow cooker. So on the plate, it's gonna be awesome. Go ahead and make you some. And while you're cooking, and even before then, don't forget, honey, love your life. It's your life. It's your life. Love it. And make the best of it, okay? And until next time, I'll see you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Just like sweet potato pie.